Hey guys, it's Haji here. Today we're going to be going over the weekly blog. I'm assuming it will be for you guys as well, but for me, it's incredibly exciting. I am very hyped for this new Bifrost team. I think they're very overpowered, very exciting, and I think Loki is a wonderful character to repeat three times over. Just it's a really good blog and it's a really good team. So yeah, let's get to it. So starting June 16th here, we've got your Friday free claim. I don't know why I need to announce that. June 19th, we've got Outlaw and Encore. We're going to have to battle and blitz. June 19th, we're going to have a web milestone as well, where you're going to want to spend campaign energy. And then June 19th, for that blitz right there, you're going to have Captain America Sam. For me, I've had him maxed out for a very long time, so this doesn't matter. Phoenix repeating legendary event. She's not really a character anyone uses anymore, but if you're interested in Phoenix and you like her, this is exciting, and we'll get that 7-star. We got the new Strike Pass season starting on June 21st. On June 22nd, we've got Stand Proud Together, so it's alliance, donations, and spend campaign energy. But I know you can't hoard campaign energy. If you guys, I'm not covering the blog, but there's a blog before this one. There's no longer going to be a hoarding meta. They are solving that, so no longer, you don't have to worry about hoarding things anymore as of the next patch. I don't know why there's no information there, but I'll get to it later on in the blog. And then on the 23rd, we've got Electric Boogaloo Quick Rumble, so it splits with the Proud Trait characters. I don't currently know what those characters are, but I'm sure someone will put it down in the comments or something, or I'll see it in a different video. June 23rd, we've got that Chaos Theory Flash event, so make sure you build up your Wakandan. And then June 23rd, we're going to have VAHL character shards and red stars available at 2 p.m. Spoiler, VAHL has the best kit in the game. The best ultimate in the game. Like, he is insane, and he's not slow. So we've got the Bifrost team. Arriving to fight for Asgard on this day and all the tomorrows is the new Bifrost team. These warriors of Asgard unite from across the multiverse to combine their powers and smite foes in mystic raid lanes. Leading the Bifrost team will be Marvel Strike Force's fourth original character VAHL, along with newcomers Beta Ray Bill, Sylvie, and Loki Teen, and Nexus Earth's Loki. Similar to the Invaders, Bifrost will be featured in a showcase events and an incursion event and specialize in slaying enemies in the incursion raid. Loki is receiving a slew of updates to prepare him for his new Bifrost role, but first, let's meet the new recruits. So we've got VAHL here. I usually don't read through the full character description, but he is a bit of an exciting character, so I am going to for this one. So one of the first Asgardians, VAHL was the keeper of Valhalla, the Asgardian afterlife, welcoming warriors and honored dead. As a primordial Asgardian, each person's perception of VAHL is somewhat different, but VAHL is always a champion with unquestioned bravery that was put to the test when Ultimus entered VAHL's universe. He corrupted powerful villains to join his army and invaded Valhalla. VAHL slew those foes, one after another, taking their weapons and armor as trophies. When they reached Ultimus, VAHL battled valiantly, even managing to strike a blow that took Ultimus's eye. But Ultimus proved too strong. The Asgardian fell in battle, allowing Ultimus to corrupt what remained of VAHL's universe before continuing his conquest in the next universe. However, unbeknownst to Ultimus, VAHL survived, sustained by remnants of the Odin force that had sought out a vessel after Odin's demise. Now that the last Asgardian, VAHL, searched the galaxy for survivors and found a fledgling Phoenix force, needing a life to sustain it, the Phoenix force cosmically bonded to VAHL. Together, VAHL and the Phoenix Force have followed Ultimus across the multiverse, eventually reaching Nexus Earth. There, they allied themselves with wayward Asgardians who were also displaced from their own worlds. Sylvie, Beta Ray Bill, Loki, and his teen variant with a joint mission: protect the multiverse. VAHL is a brawler for the Bifrost raid team, and their Asgardian DNA mixed with the fledgling Phoenix Force has endowed them with a high health and damage stats. They're the keystone member of Bifrost, and their abilities feature powerful offensive and defensive mechanics that help Bifrost cut down enemy waves. New to Marvel Strike Force and within VAHL's abilities is the Exposed mechanic. As mentioned above, everyone perceives VAHL differently, so staying true to their identity, VAHL will have 3 different appearances to choose from. That will be masculine, feminine, and non-binary. So upon unlocking VAHL, you'll automatically gain access to all 3 appearances and can change VAHL's appearance to the one of your choice in the VAHL's character screen at any time. And now we're into the kit. So VAHL has a speed of 127. So attack primary and adjacent targets for 320% plus flip 1 positive effect to heal block. Copy 1 random positive effect except taunt and regeneration from each ally. If this character has defense up, clear all negative effects from self. When this character performs a counterattack or assist and has regeneration, gain 100% damage on that counterattack or assist. And then in Raids or Dark Dimension, apply Expose to the primary target, and whenever doing a counterattack or assist, always gain 100% damage for that. So that's a fairly incredible basic. He's a striker, guaranteed, no matter what. But the reason the basic is so good is because there are high cooldowns. So for the ISO attack here, attack primary target for 240% damage plus 17% piercing, plus flip 1 positive effect to heal block. Copy 1 random positive effect except taunt to regeneration from each ally. In Raids, Dark Dimension, or when this character has regeneration, gain 100% damage, and then in Raids or Dark Dimension, apply Expose to the primary target. And then for the special, 6 out of 6 cooldown. I'm fairly certain they're all 6 out of 6 cooldowns for every character for the special. So attack primary and adjacent targets for 500% damage, plus flip 1 random positive effect to defense down, and then flip an additional 2 positive effects to negative effects. So it prioritizes the defense down, and then it goes to the other negative effects that it might be. Apply Exposed, plus ability block for 2 turns to the primary target. Apply defense up to self and all allies. And then in Raids to Dark Dimension, apply ability block for 2 turns to all adjacent targets. And then this attack gains 50% extra damage and 200% extra focus against villain targets. So far, I'm loving the Raids and the Dark Dimension tag. If we go back up a little bit here, you'll notice he is Cosmic, so that's going to be very helpful there. And then for the ultimate, so this is, in my opinion, in my very unprofessional opinion, the best move in the game. So it's a 4 out of 10 cooldown, but this is intended to be useful for Raids and Dark Dimension. They don't want you to use it every time. This move is so impactful that it does not even matter that that's the cooldown. I'm thinking it's like this so that he's not arena meta, to be honest with you. But steal 10% health from all enemies and redistribute to all allies. In Raids or Dark Dimension, instead steal 25% health from all enemies and redistribute to all allies. Insane. Attack all enemies for 620% damage, plus flip deflect, evade, and deathproof on each enemy. Apply 2 deflect, 2 evade, and 2 deathproof to self and all Bifrost and all hero allies. I revive 2 dead allies with 40% max health, and then in Raids or Dark Dimension, revive 2 dead Bifrost allies with 40% max health. So what this means is, outside of Raids, revive 2 allies. In Raids and Dark Dimension, revive 4 allies. So you revive your whole team with this move. He could be the last one left with one sliver of life left, and then boom, the whole team is back. Apply trauma to all enemies. This attack ignores defense up, is unavoidable, and cannot be blocked. So 25% health from all enemies, and then 620% damage as a striker, and he's a fast character. At 127, he's not the fastest in the game by any means, but for a character like this, Jesus. Insane. And the passive is almost just as good. On turn, heal self for 5% of max health, plus 5% of max health per non-summoned allies, so the typical Asgardian healing. On Bifrost ally, revive, apply 2 deflect, 2 evade, and 2 deathproof to that character, then heal that character for 25% of this character's max health. So they revive with 40% of their max health, and then they get 25% of VAHL's max health healed as well. So I'm thinking that's going to be more so 70 or 80% max health that they're reviving with. Given that VAHL going to be a much stat-heavy, beefy character. Gain 50% max health, gain plus 25% damage. In raids, Bifrost allies gain plus 50% max health, plus 25% damage, and then once per turn, when an enemy with Expose is attacked, this character steals 5% health from the most injured enemy with Exposed and redistributes to this character. Once per turn, when an enemy with Exposed is attacked, fill speed bar for this character by 10%, clear one negative effect from this character, and generate one ability energy for this character. So he might get to do that turn more often than you think. And then in raids, once per turn, when an enemy with Exposed is attacked, fill speed bar by 5% for all Bifrost allies and generate one ability energy for 4 random Bifrost allies that were not at full energy on start of the current turn. Wow. Just wow. Literally, the minute this dropped, I went and I built up my Loki as high as I possibly could. I know we haven't got to him yet, but just this team, I am so excited. Next up, we've got Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill is a Corbinite whose life force was transformed into a cybernetic being resembling a fierce creature, and tasked with being the guardian warrior for the race. During his travels, Beta Ray Bill encountered and defeated Thor, earning him the respect of Odin and a powerful weapon in Stormbreaker. Beta Ray Bill's cyborg body and the enchanted Stormbreaker endow him with powers comparable to Thor: incalculable strength, superhuman speed, and a healing factor. So, he is also Cosmic, also Mystic. Well, they're all Mystic, obviously. They're a Mystic Raid team, but Hero Cosmic. And speed, by the way, they're all around the speed after now. So VAHL is faster than the rest. The rest are going to be between, I think it's 112 and 116, around that range. So not fast, but not super, super slow. So what we're going to do is attack the primary target and all enemies in that character's row, so just like Viv Vision, for 300% damage, gain 50% damage against targets with defense up or regeneration, flip defense up and regeneration on each target, so that would be a defense down and a bleed. This attack cannot be blocked by enemies with defense up or regeneration. That goes to almost all taunters ever. In raids, when this character performs a counter attack or assist and has regeneration, gain plus 100% damage on that counter attack or assist. For the ISO weight, we've got attack primary target for 205% damage plus 17% piercing. We're still going to flip defense up and regeneration. We gain 50% damage against enemies with defense up or regeneration. This attack cannot be blocked by enemies with defense up or regeneration. And then when we have regeneration, we gain 100% damage. And I apologize, that part is specifically in raids. So for the special, another 6 out of 6 cooldown. We've got attack primary and adjacent targets for 420% damage. Apply stun to the primary target. Gain taunt for 2 turns. And then apply plus 1 defense up to a maximum of 3. And 2 deflect to self and all Bifrost allies. So remember, we've got VAHL going first. VAHL is going to apply defense up to the whole team on his first move. I don't know if VAHL is going to give enough energy for this move, for the ultimate, to be able to go. So I'm going to assume that we're going to do the special here, Thunderclap. That's going to be another defense up. So they're going to have 2 defense up right up off the start immediately. And then for the ultimate, Battleship Scuttlebutt, energy cost is 8 out of 10. We're going to attack all enemies for 500% damage, plus 25% damage per positive effect on self. In raids, instead gain plus 50% damage per positive effect on self. Flip all positive effects to bleed on each enemy. If this character has 4 more non-summoned Asgardian allies, this attack gains plus 50% extra damage. So this attack, it's going to do a lot. It is going to do a hell of a lot of damage. And by the way, I think he's going to be a raider. We'll have to see, but I do think he is going to be a raider. For the passive, we've got Stormbreaker's Might on spawn. Apply defense up to self and all Bifrost allies. That's another defense up. Oh my god. They have defense up at all times, just so you know. because Safeguard and Immunity also fly through all these kits a lot. On turn, heal self for 5% of max health, plus 5% max health per non-minion Asgardian ally. When this character drops below 50% max health, if this character has taunt, clear taunt, and heal for 30% of this character's max health. Gain 60% armor. In raids, on spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns, 3 death proof, and 3 deflect to self, and all Bifrost allies. When an ally VAHL drops below 50% max health, heal self for 30% of this character's max health, and gain taunt. And that does not have any tag that says this can only occur once per match, so with all the healing they've got going on, this can happen over and over and over, and you need that in Dark Dimension and raids. And then Bifrost allies gain 60% armor. So next we've got Sylvie. Loki Lafayette, I don't know how to say it, I apologize, is a variant of Loki, and in her timeline as a child, she used her growing mystical powers to disrupt the sacred timeline. The Time Variance Authority, or the TVA, kidnapped Loki and erased her reality, but she managed to escape before being judged. Adopting the name Sylvie, she evaded the TVA for decades before joining forces with another Loki variant and confronting the creator of the sacred timeline. For anybody who hasn't seen Loki, 10 out of 10 recommend. I think it's the best show that they've released so far. It's amazing. And then, so we've got Villain Cosmic, 115 speed. What requires Villain Cosmic? What is that, like a Morgan Le Fay? I guess that doesn't matter anymore. I forget what requires that. But for the basic, and I think she's going to be a striker because of this basic, attack primary target for 300% damage, plus flip deflect, chain to 2 adjacent targets for 300% damage, plus flip deflect. In raids, reduce speed bar for primary and secondary targets by 3% plus 3% per Bifrost ally, so 12% total. Counterattack breaks this chain. This attack cannot be blocked, and in raids, when this character performs a counterattack or assist and has regeneration, gain 100% damage like usual. For the ISO 8, attack primary target for 205% damage plus 17% piercing, plus flip deflect. In raids, reduce speed bar by 3% plus 3% per Bifrost ally. That's only on a primary target this time, but that's still really good. This attack cannot be blocked, and then when this character has regeneration, gain 100% damage. Yeah. For the special, another 6 out of 6 cooldown. Attack primary target for 430% damage. Apply offense down for 2 turns, plus copy and clear 2 positive effects, except taunt, plus apply stun. Chain to 4 adjacent targets for 430% damage, plus apply offense down for 2 turns, plus copy and clear 2 positive effects. So that's a fairly good move. Ultimate Timeless Trickster. It's an 8 out of 10 cooldown. We're going to attack all enemies for 500% damage, plus flip speed up, plus apply slow. I'm going to give you guys a spoiler. She gets fed ability energy and speed bar on spawn. So this attack goes first every time. So she's going to flip speed up, she's going to apply slow, and she's going to reduce the speed bar by 25% at the beginning of the match, every match. Just wow. Again, crazy. In raids or Dark Dimension, flip taunt on all enemies, reduce speed bar for all enemies by 15% plus 15 per Bifrost ally instead. That's 75% on all enemies. How? If Loki is an ally, this attack cannot be blocked and gains plus 25% extra damage, and this attack cannot be dodged. And this is where it gets good too. On turn, heal self for 5% of max health, plus 5% of max health per non-minion Asgardian ally. On turn, if there are at least 2 enemies, mind control 1 random enemy to attack a different random enemy. The controlled enemy gains plus 75% damage for this attack. If Loki is an ally, the controlled enemy gains an additional 100% damage, so 175% damage total. On death of an ally Loki, Or Loki Mirror Image. Fill speed bar for self and all Bifrost allies by 15%. It's the speed too. Like there's so much speed bar reduction and so much speed bar coming in. And then I was informed that she would be a skirmisher, but I don't think so. It says gain 65% focus. I think this is going to be a hot take. I don't think other people are going to do what I'm doing. I'm going to use Sylvie and VAHL as strikers, Beta Ray Bill and Teen Loki as raiders, and regular Loki as a fortifier. I will explain fortifier on regular Loki once I get there. In raids, on successful attack by this character, a Bifrost ally, or a Loki Mirror Image ally, apply bleed to each attack target. On enemy minion death, fill speed bar for self and all Bifrost allies by 15%. Loki and Loki Mirror Image allies gain plus 30% damage, and Bifrost allies gain plus 65% focus. Like, guys, I'm speechless. This is just crazy. So next up, we've got Loki Teen. After manipulating Norman Osborn into leading a massive attack on Asgard, Loki realized his plans had gone too far, but when he attempted to stop the invasion, he was killed by a blast caused by the Sentry. However, before the attack, Loki had persuaded Hela to remove his name from the Book of Hell, allowing himself to be reborn instead of truly dying. Thor eventually found his reborn, now teenage brother living in France. So feeling cosmic, support character, speed 114. For the basic bite and blade, attack the primary target for 320% damage plus clear 1 positive effect. Gain regeneration plus clear 1 negative effect from self. Apply regeneration plus clear 1 negative effect from the most injured non-summoned ally. In raids, apply regeneration to all Bifrost allies. And then when this character performs a counter attack or assist and has regeneration, gain 100% damage. So that's a really good basic for a support character. For the ISO 8, attack primary target for 205% damage plus 17% piercing, plus clear 1 positive effect. Gain regeneration plus clear 1 negative effect from self. Apply regeneration plus clear 1 negative effect from the most injured non-summoned ally. In raids, apply regeneration to all Bifrost allies. Oh, wait a minute. When this character has regeneration, gain 100% damage. Who are we making striker? Sylvie or Teen Loki? Because with that ISO 8, that's insane. Apply regeneration to all characters? On an ISO 8? You're clearing negative effects from the enemy? You're clearing negative effects on yourself? You're clearing negative effects on the most injured non-summon ally? This most injured ally is going to gain 3 regeneration. I think he's a striker. And I think Sylvie's going to be... I don't know, because turn meter is everything. But this is just so much utility right here. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see, but I think I'm going to do something different for most people. For the special, another 6 out of 6. Attack the primary target for 100% damage plus 100% drain. In raids, attack this primary target for 420% damage instead. Now, additionally, we're going to attack the primary target again and adjacent targets for 420% damage. Flip heal block on self and all allies. Apply regeneration to self and all allies. And then in raid, so that's another turn when you can have 2 regeneration going on them if you hit into vulnerable. In raids, flip 2 additional negative effects to positive effects on self and all Bifrost allies. Apply 2 additional regeneration to self and all Bifrost allies. That's a lot of healing. A lot of it, because again, you don't know it yet, but safeguard and immunity are there at all times. So it's not getting flipped, it's not getting taken. Ultimate Instigator. Energy cost is 8 out of 10. Attack the primary target for 550% damage plus 100% drain. Redistribute total health evenly between self and all Bifrost allies. Clear all negative effects from self and all Bifrost allies. Remember, the redistributing of health does not go through a heal block check, so it will always happen regardless of heal block. Apply 2 regeneration to self and all allies again. In raids, if the primary target is a cosmic hero, this attack deals an additional 100% damage. Apply safeguard and immunity to self and all Bifrost allies. On turn, heal for 5% of the max health, plus 5% per non-minion ally or Asgardian ally. On self or Bifrost ally turn, transfer defense down from that character to the enemy with the lowest resistance that does not have defense down. Gain plus 100% resistance. On spawn, apply 2 regeneration and immunity for 2 turns to self and all Bifrost allies. On enemy cosmic hero turn, apply safeguard to self and all Bifrost allies. If this character or any Bifrost ally has regeneration, that character gains plus 60% damage and 100% chance to counterattack. What is going on? They already have a damage buff from fall. Plus 60% more, plus they always counterattack if they get hit. They got speed bar manipulation, so they're already barely going to get hit. Then when they do get hit, good luck. And then Bifrost allies gain plus 100% resistance. And then the Loki updates. Loki is unexciting, but one of the most important characters on the team. So we've got almost 100% additional health, 163% additional armor, and 58% additional damage. So what we've got new here is if Sylvie is an ally, apply defense down plus... Well, actually, I'll just read out the whole kit and I'll ignore the old. So attack primary target for 260% piercing. If Sylvie is an ally, apply defense down plus 2 bleed. 50% chance to gain evade. In raids, always gain evade. And then when this character performs a counter attack or assist, if they have regeneration, it deals 100% additional damage. For the special, apply defense down to primary target for 2 turns. On war defense with 4 more Asgardian allies, apply taunt to the primary target. Mind control 2 enemies to attack the primary target. The controlled enemies gain plus 50% damage for this attack, and if Sylvie is an ally, the controlled enemies gain an additional 100% damage for the attack. And remember, that's almost an instant death. You give it defense down to them, apply taunt to them as well, just to add insult to injury, and then mind control 2 enemies to attack them for buffed up damage. Say goodnight. And then for the ultimate, apply stealth. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Gain 2 evade plus stealth for 2 turns. Apply stealth for 2 turns to all allies except mirror images. Summon 2 to 3 mirror images. Mirror images gain evade. In raids, Bifrost allies gain speed up and offense up for 2 turns. Mirror images gain taunt. Speed up and offense up for 2 turns. Oh my god, man. On spawn, fill speed bar by 15%. Fill speed bar of Mystic Controller allies by 10%. What is his... I don't know his speed. I'll have to look into that later. On turn, heal for that 25% max health. When this character or an Asgardian ally drops below 50% max health, apply stealth to that character. Lower resistance by 30% for all enemies. Another reason why we don't need skirmishers on this team. As much as I love skirmishers, I have more skirmishers than most people that play this game, as a heads up. I love skirmishers. Gain plus 20% focus. Mystic Controller allies gain plus 20% focus. Gain plus 20% resistance, and Mystic Controller allies gain plus 20% resistance. On spawn, fill a speed bar of a Sylvie ally by 35%, plus generate 10 ability energy for a Sylvie ally, so she will always have her ultimate ready turn 1. In raids, when this character or an Asgardian ally drops below 50% max health, apply 3 evade plus 3 death proof to that character. Insane. I just want to check something here. Where is it? Who's this here? Sylvie is a controller character, so she's going to get Loki's buffs down here. Almost there. So she'll get plus 20% focus, another reason she doesn't need to be a skirmisher, more resistance, and fill speed bar by 10% for Sylvie. So 45% total. So it's a crazy team. VAHL becomes available. Loki is a fortifier. So we want him to stay alive. He's a little bit of like the heart of the team in a sense. Like he's gonna do a very good job to keep them alive. For the ultimate, he does not attack. For the special, he does not attack. He calls someone else to attack, yes, but he does not attack. For the basic, he does attack. But it's a whatever basic. Like it doesn't really matter. You don't need Striker on him. Especially with all the Striker candidates on this team. So I'm thinking, well, why put Raider? It's only going to be good for the basic. Why put Skirmisher? Only good for the basic. I think I guess Skirmisher would go on the special, maybe, when applying defense down. But I think just Fortifier might be the best way to go, just to keep him alive, because that's kind of his goal. Like, he's not there to take people out. He's there to be a beneficial unit to the team. So that's why I think Fortifier. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love to hear other opinions. And I'm not going to make the change yet. I'm going to wait to see how everything goes first. So VAHL arrives in the store for characters, or you can buy the character shards with a core purchase of 675 power cores. Gives you a chance to earn up to 180 shards for VAHL, but I think the average is about 10, so don't get too excited. I'm going to skip through these here. I don't like to go through these. It just gets people frustrated. Hit the Lights. A blog containing the details of this event will be published before it starts next week, so they don't have that set in stone yet. Incursion Bifrost. So the fight to save Nexus Earth from the threats of the incursion continues with an upcoming mission for the Bifrost team. Join these Asgardian warriors in your choice of missions to learn their capabilities and then set out an adventure to preserve the peace for Nexus Earth. The test drive difficulty will be the only mission available until all of the Bifrost members have been released, so keep your eyes on this blog for news on when the other missions will become available. So for the test drive, all the Bifrost team will be provided. For the challenge nodes, once the whole Bifrost team is available, that will be released. They all need to be at gear tier 15, and then for the bonus, it will require them at 5 yellow stars as well as gear tier 15. And I know from past experience, you usually don't get the 5 yellow stars on every single character. And then the challenge and bonus difficulties are swarming with deadly enemies that'll be no easy task to take down. There are both first time and mission rewards, which include the rare T2 level 4 ions, T2 level 5 ions, 270 orbs worth of T2 ISO 8 credits, and the roster changing mini uniques for gear tier 16 and 17. Another amazing announcement. Give it your all to maximize the rewards for your alliance and earn up to 10 million gold from the bi-weekly War Season rewards. And I was looking at it, and I think my alliance, like the minimum is like, I think it was 4 or something. Like, we're getting a lot more gold than we expected, and this is just a start. So, Scopely, good job. You guys deserve congrats. You gotta pay respects when you do a good thing, otherwise you guys will never do good things again. So, very happy about this. This is wonderful. Next up, power up 2 Cosmic Crucible teams with location updates that are coming soon for 2 key characters. Nakia is landing in the War Store, so head there for her character shards. And the new Warriors Gwenpool will be going into the basic, Ultimus, and Mega Orbs replacing Ghost Spider. And then just make sure you guys collect your Friday free claims. Let me know what you guys think of the blog. I think it's wonderfully exciting. I think Scopely nailed it for once. And leave a like, leave a comment. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'm out. Shout out Cassie. Shout out to Cece. Shout out to Mason. I miss all of you. Have a good rest of your day.